Hello everyone, I would like to tell you my story. I grew up in a very dominative and abusive family. My mother controlled all my childhood abuse, but I managed to avoid big damage to my mind. With my videos about home abuse, mother abuse, parenting abuse, I want to show my support and show that you can handle with all this. You can handle with all of these negative effects, but you need to be very patient and think strategically, even when you're a child or a teen. In this video, I would like to discuss with you main negative effects of family abuse. Of course, with my comments and my personal experience. The first one effect is low self-esteem and self-worth. Children of abusive families, of abusive mothers, often grow up feeling worthless and inadequate due to constant criticism, belittlement, and emotional neglect. They may struggle with self-acceptance and confidence. Oh yeah, sure. Low self-esteem is a great problem for me. Even if I feel good, even if I feel confident. But if you ask me about the rate of my English lessons, for example, it's a great effort for me to tell you a normal price, normal adequate price that should be, because I always think that I need to be better, I'm not good enough. I always think that I need to be better to improve my skills, and maybe I'll be paid more. Or for example, if I need to pass exam, at this point I become too nervous. Anxiety overwhelming me, and I can make silly mistakes, and I also don't believe in myself. I lost some opportunities in my life just because of my inner critic. And if I don't get enough support for my work, I get frustrated. Second, anxiety and depression. The constant stress and fear of abuse can lead to chronic anxiety and depression. These children may develop a heightened sense of vigilance, and many may struggle with pervasive feelings of sadness and hopelessness. Well, yep, I feel that I never had any kind of depression, even when I had a baby, when I just bore my baby, and when my ex-husband abused me in a physical, emotional, and economical ways. I was tolerating this attitude. I just thought that, well, I need some more time to handle with all this, and then I'll manage to divorce. I just had a name to divorce, and finally it happened. Yes, it happened finally, but I never had depression, luckily to me. But anxiety, yep. And sometimes anxiety overwhelms me, and I just try to make it easier and try not to be strong, or try to be so strong and avoid all possible negative situations in my life. I know that it's impossible. I saw how my mom's anxiety overwhelmed her and destroyed her life, and destroyed our possible normal life, and it was very, very complicating. And it was very complicated, and I just tried to stop myself and think that our life is something good. You just need to joy. You have to have a joy of this life. You don't need to try to just avoid all bad situations, all mistakes, all negative impacts on your life. It's impossible. But for example, when I lived with my mom, I tried not to tell her too much, not to tell her details of my life, because her anxiety was like covering everything in our life. If you watched the movie Inside Out 2, when anxiety just takes control over the life of this girl, though this anxiety was controlling, my mom's anxiety was controlling all life of me, of my dad, and my possible future. And when I just tried to escape from her, it was just, oh my God, I did it finally. Just let me breathe freely without any negative emotions. Let me just breathe with all the goodness. Yep, it was very, very hard. Oops. Okay, attachment issues. Abusive maternal behavior can disrupt normal attachment processes, leading to attachment disorders. These children may have difficulty forming healthy, trusting relationships in the future, exhibiting either overly clingy or excessively detached behaviors. Oh, my first marriage was a good example of this point. You know, I've chosen literally wrong partner for me who didn't want to form with me healthy relations, and luckily I managed to break them. But I also have problems with making friendship. Yes, it's hard to me to be very open and to sustain the friendship. So I have some friends, yes, I have, but I don't spend too much time with them. Next, difficulty in emotional regulation. Abused children often struggle with understanding, expressing, and regulating their emotions. They may experience frequent mood swings, intense emotional reactions, and difficulty managing anger and frustration. Well, I used to hide my emotions, yep, to hide my desires, yes. It's difficult, and I'm also afraid of hurting other people. So I always control what I'm telling to other people. And yes, its emotions are very hard for me. Behavioral problems. The trauma from abuse can manifest in various behavioral issues, including aggressions, defiance, sustained abuse, and other forms of acting out. These behaviors are often coping mechanisms or cries for help. Well, I have a daughter, and I try to be a supportive mom for her. I always try to avoid aggression towards her, but I'm not super. I make mistakes and sometimes I shout at her, but I always apologize and try to work with this problem. But I know that's a good problem because the emotions, the aggression overwhelming me and I just cannot stop sometimes. It's a big problem. And if I You know, in my childhood, I couldn't show and express my emotions. If I wasn't happy about what my mom bought to me or gave to me or said to me, yep, I just had to be very positive girl. Yes. Poor academic performance, the stress and turmoil at home can lead to difficulties concentrating and performing well in school. These children might show signs of learning difficulties and lack of motivation. Well. No, I was perfect as much as possible at school. I managed to have all great estimates at school. In Russian school, if you have all excellent marks, you get a gold medal. I got this gold medal at the university. I had the highest rate in my diploma. And my university certificate, I had all best marks, like 100%, 100%, 100%. I was studying too hard. I liked it, yeah, I liked it, and I think it was only one option for me to just show myself that I can do something very good for me, for my future. And I knew that if I would study good, though it somehow would help me in my future. Trust issues. Trust, once broken by a primary caregiver, can be hard to rebuild. Children of abusive mothers often struggle to trust others, fearing betrayal and further emotional harm. You know, I was a very sarcastic child, I think, and at one point I remember the moment when my mother was telling me that I'm not good enough, that I should do this, and I just looked at her and said and thought, oh my God, tell it all to yourself. And I didn't trust her. I didn't trust her feelings. I didn't trust her emotions because I knew that, for example, if she is too aggressive, that she is affected by the anger, next when she will come down, she could forget about all that nasty thing that she said to me, all that abusive things that she did to me, she would just forget it. And I was just, oh my God, I cannot trust this person. If you're telling me that I should do this and this in my life, I need to think twice or 3 times or 4 times. And I should decide everything by myself. I should choose everything myself. I cannot rely on this person. I cannot trust this person. I just should be very self-confident. And on the one hand, I tried to be very self-confident, decide everything by myself. But on the other hand, I didn't feel that I was and that I'm good enough. Yep. It was really strange. Social isolation. These children may have trouble forming and maintaining friendships due to social anxiety, lack of social skills, or fear of other abusive being discovered. They may prefer isolation as a means of protection. Well, isolation was a part of my life. And I just, when I was a kid, when I was a child, when I was a teen, I didn't have enough friends. I just was feeling that I cannot rely on anyone. And my mom did everything to destroy all the social relations around me. If she saw that I have a friend, she started to say nasty things about this person to me. She started to tell me that, oh, now this person is not good as you think. You need to think twice before starting to make a friendship with this person. Just think twice. And for me, it was, yes, I tried not to listen. Yes, I did it, but it was too hard. Increased risk of mental health disorders. Exposure to chronic abuse increases the risk of developing various mental health disorders, including post-traumatic stress disorder, borderline personality disorder, and complex trauma. Okay, yes, I have a complex trauma. Just let it be. Negative self-image and body image. Continuous negative feedback from an abusive mother can lead to a destroyed self-image and body image issues. Children may develop eating disorders, self-harm behavior, or an intense dislike of their physical appearance. Yes, I had self-harm behavior, I remember, and I didn't realize it for the first time, but I was biting my lips up to bleed. And yes, it was a big problem. Nobody understand what was going on, but yep, I did it. And also, up to today, I don't estimate myself as I should. I don't feel confident about my appearance, about my body, and I'm just working with it. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe on this channel, give me some thumbs up, give me some support in the comments. See you next time.